The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. More signs that Grand Bahamas tourism economy is bouncing back. And for those at the helm of restoring vigor to the industry, they say these signs are serving as motivation to press on. The Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board is working in tandem with the Ministry of Tourism to bump up the pace of tourism growth on Grand Bahama. Current statistics reveal that air arrivals are currently around 150,000 passengers, and hotel room revenue is up by 33.3%. Chairman of the board, Russell Miller, says this is a good indication that Grand Bahama is on the road to recovery. But he says the board will not be satisfied until the industry begins to flourish again.
That vision would consist of a fully operational Xanadu Beach Hotel, Port Lucaya Resort and Yacht Club, Island Palm Resorts and Royal Oasis Hotels, reopening of the existing hotel rooms in the Lucaya area, additional and increased entertainment facilities and activities in the Port Lucaya marketplace, upgraded golf courses to the PGA standards, Bahamian nightclubs, and the emergence of new boutique properties throughout the island.
However, he says these projections are more than just a vision, as they are already investing in various initiatives. But the chairman of the board also wants to see a thriving marketplace with more transportation professionals and more vibrant nightclubs.
We envision a vibrant marketplace with exuberant straw vendors weaving baskets from freshly acquired thatched palms, not the imitation ones we all too often see. Artisans flourishing as they see appreciation for their artwork go from strength to strength. We envision transportation professionals providing unparalleled levels of service to the ever-increasing number of arriving passengers to our islands, complemented by modern, clean, and welcoming vehicles. Our vision continues with seeing nightclub operators offering authentic Bahamian music and cultural experience, along with attraction operators continuing to expand and diversify their offerings due to the soaring demand of our visitors.
But Miller does admit that even as Grand Bahama's tourism economy begins to rebound, attention must be given to another critical issue, and that's service.
Improving the product across the island, improving customer experience across the island, we are confident that the net results will equate to increased average daily rate, increased employee customer satisfaction, and increased return on investment for our investors.
Meantime, the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association continuing an innovative program that they hope will continue to promote the importance of tourism and service to the island's economy. For the past week, a number of teachers have been taking part in some practical lessons in tourism on the front line. They hope to take these lessons that they've learned to the classrooms in September.
The teachers from both public and private institutions were placed in various departments at the Pelican Bay Resort for 2 days. They were allowed to rotate departments in order to gain as much experience as possible in a short amount of time. In the front desk department, teacher Natasha Thompson worked along with Eleanor Bullard. Thompson says she most admires the organization at the resort.
It's going pretty good. When they came in, I showed them the steps and how to greet the guests and the standard procedures of the front office procedures.
One of the things I plan to take back to my students in September is that there is a diversity in tourism, and there's so many things you can learn about it and what it offers, and what you can learn about your country and what you can offer to guests, because we are basically tourism based. Our tourists, they come from all over the world, and as a country we have to be prepared, equipped to meet their needs.
Teachers Farron Delaveau and Ijia Cawley also took part in the program. They say it was an eye-opening experience to see all of the work that goes into the tourism industry. They share the lessons they plan to take back to the classroom.
To encourage my children, listen, get your education, and even in the events that you happen to be in this area of tourism, listen, it's top notch and you have to represent as well. And just to be able to, just to make sure that you are knowledgeable about the different things that is needed to, just inform our guests about.
Well, I want to make sure my students have an appreciation for every worker and every community helper in our island and throughout the Bahamas, because everybody counts. The little things that they do, it counts, and it's going to keep our country going and going forward.
In housekeeping, Denise Wright was training teacher Leslie Newton. Newton says it's been a wonderful experience working in the various areas of tourism.
She moving around, working with me for 2 hours, so I'm going to show her how, within the 2 hours, how to do a checkout room and a service room, and what's the difference between a checkout and a service. So right now we over to the suite side, so the suite and the hotel side is totally different.
I'd like to take back to my students that each job is important, no matter how menial or how, I can't find a word for it, but each job is important nonetheless. And no matter what job you decide to go into, you should work hard at it.
The week-long program came to a close on Friday. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
And that educators industry internship program wrapping up today at the Pelican Bay Resort with an address from Chairman of the Hotel Corporation, Senator the Honorable Julian Russell. Some 40 teachers along with other industry partners have taken the time out to gain hands-on experience on the front line of the tourism industry. Senator Russell says these volunteers are nation builders.
We hope, and certainly I believe, the objective of the program, where educators are placed behind the scenes of tourism or directly into the industry, that the first-hand knowledge and experience gained from this internship will be transferred to the classroom, resulting in students being exposed at a very early age to tourism and all of the economic benefits it has to offer, be it in the form of employment or entrepreneurial ventures.
But the local senator noted that the Bahamas has lost ground in the tourism sector over the years. He says programs like this one, and with an abiding commitment to improving the country's tourism product, the Bahamas can regain its competitive edge. He says the hands-on knowledge once imparted to the youth will help to rebuild the tourism industry.
It is my hope that when we leave here today, that the experience you have gained outside of and within the Bahamas as a customer, together with the new experience you have gained this week as a service provider, that you will leave more informed, more committed, more determined, and better prepared to meet the challenge to bring about change. That change so badly needed to regain and maintain our position in this industry. I recognize that more has to be done, but we must take a step, and this is a positive step.
In other news, the Bahamas Dive Association issuing a statement on missing shark diver in the Bahamas, Texas, Dr. John E. Petty. Petty disappeared Sunday night in waters off West End while on a night shark dive expedition at Tiger Beach. President of the association, Neil Watson, extending sincere condolences to the Petty family, noting that while Petty disappeared during a planned shark interaction dive, the cause of his disappearance has not yet been determined. The association says it is important to note that this incident occurred on board a U.S. registered boat, the MV Shearwater, which is based at and operates out of Lake Park, Florida, which is not a Bahamian-owned or based business and is not a member of the Bahamas Diving Association. Now, President Watson also noting that the incident occurred around 9:42 Sunday night, and he states that the Bahamas Diving Association does not carry out diving exercises during these hours. The Bahamian dive operator, he notes, has pioneered the interactive shark diving experience over 30 years ago and have safely taken tens of thousands of divers on these incredible experiences. Watson says they are saddened by this tragedy and will work diligently with the Bahamian government to establish guidelines and procedures for foreign vessels entering Bahamian waters to ensure proper safe diving procedures are followed. Switching gears now, police in Abaco discovering a quantity of marijuana on board a Haitian vessel. Police tell us that around 10:45 this morning, officers from the Marsh Harbor Division were conducting a special operation at the government dock in Marsh Harbor and searched a vehicle called the Two Brothers that operates between Haiti and Abaco, and that is when the drugs were found. The drugs, 35.2 pounds of marijuana, were concealed in 9 taped packages. The street value is said to be in excess of $35,000. Now, 2 Haitian nationals were arrested and taken into custody. They are expected to be charged formally before the court. Well, Abaco police tell us tonight that they have captured 40-year-old Joseph Amy of the Mud, Abaco. Amy was wanted for questioning on armed robbery charges. Police say he was taken into custody after 2 p.m. today in the Marsh Harbor area. Stay with us. There is more news coming up right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The City of Freeport Council closing out its summer camp today at the Jack Hayward Gym. The camp has been a staple in the community for the past 17 years, but this time around, inadequate funding has had an impact on its operations. Megan Shepard reports.
The City of Freeport Council annual summer camp closing out with a show of talent. The students had a number of performances that displayed routines they learned while at camp. Handicraft items made by the campers were also on display. Chief Counsel for the City of Freeport, Shavita Campbell, says the camp provides students an opportunity to participate in a number of wholesome activities.
This summer camp gives students an opportunity to, 1, develop friendship, 2, learn something new about themselves, and 3, it actually keeps them occupied during the summer breaks. And during the summer, they are exposed to all the basketball, volleyball, sewing, cultural, computer, tennis, arts and craft, and academics. And this could not be done without the support of our instructors and our parents for bringing their students in and signing up.
The camp ran for a period of 3 weeks and was free of charge for the students. Campbell says she is thankful to all counselors and volunteers who made the camp a complete success. However, she admits that the camp was scaled down a bit due to budgetary constraints.
This year, however, due to budgetary constraints, we had to curtail it by not offering 3 sites. Normally we offer 3 sites. 1 would be Walter Parker. 1 would be, of course, our flagship, which is Susan J. And of course, we hosted 1 at Jack Hayward, which catered to the more 14 to 18. But due to financial constraints, we're not able to do that. And that is something that we really need to focus on, is because those teenagers are in exploratory stages of their life. And so therefore, we need to keep them occupied. So the power said, please revisit our budget. We need them to revisit our budget, because these are programs that help the common man within the City of Freeport.
Chief Councilor Campbell says the City of Freeport Council is committed to youth and community development, and she hopes to see the camp expand next summer. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
A national organization is hosting a town meeting to educate residents on the establishment of a Bahamas Sovereign Wealth Fund, as well as the natural resources in the Bahamas, specifically Aragonite and Crownland. Spokesperson for the Bahamas National Citizens Coalition and Alliance for Change says this is a conversation that every Bahamian needs to be a part of.
It includes Aragonite, includes Crownland, salt, sand, sea, our sea lanes, our skies above us, fisheries, various different products that naturally occurs here in the Bahamas. We want to basically give them an opportunity to get a detailed information on these processes, on these products, and then allow them to ask questions to interactive. We're inviting them now that the Bahamas government has now moved to the position that the BNCC has been advocating, and that is for a sovereign wealth fund. We want to take the opportunity to explain to Bahamians what a sovereign wealth fund that will allow them to participate in the wealth of our nation.
Now, a number of speakers are slated to attend, including BNCC's Associate Bishop Andrew Stewart, Inspector Dwight Smith, President of the Police Staff Association, John Pender, President of the Bahamas Public Services Union, and many more.
This has the potential of eliminating taxation as we know it in the Bahamas. It has the ability to eliminate the need for value-added tax and for customs duty as we know it. So we're asking people to please come out, get as much information as you can this Saturday at 6 p.m. at First Baptist Church on Nansen Avenue and Columbus Drive. we begin sharply, promptly at 6 p.m. And we will try to have you at the earliest convenience, but we definitely going to make ourselves available to answer as much question as anybody wants on exactly what is the resources that we have in the Bahamas and what purpose it can be used for, and how do we harness this and use it for the development of our country.
Now, once again, the BNCC's town meeting is scheduled to be held at First Baptist Church on Columbus Drive this Saturday at 6 p.m. In other news, the Grand Bahama Cancer Society continuing to lead the cause in cancer detection and prevention this weekend. President of the society, Patricia Edgecombe, says 2 free health clinics will be held, one at the West End Clinic and the other at the High Rock Clinic. She says statistics continue to show that the Bahamas is being plagued with cancer, adding that early detection can save lives. The free health screening, which includes a pap smear and breast exams for women and prostate testing for men, includes a blood test and digital exam. Members of the US2 organization says it is vital for men in the Eastern and Western districts to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, the free health clinics will take place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And a teacher in the public school system here on Grand Bahama receiving a prestigious award in the nation's capital this weekend. Our Megan Shepard has that story.
First of all, I'd like to thank God,
He has been an educator for 8 years, but his work doesn't end in the classroom. Recently at the 2014 Bahamian Icon Awards in New Providence, Jack Hayward High School teacher Arnold Martin was honored for outstanding achievement in education. Martin credits the honor to his nonprofit outreach programs.
Establishing scholarships, establishing a sports group, where we get kids off to school, establishing award show, the Legends in the Making award show, and just other stuff like that to encourage not just my students but young people. Establish a lunch project where we go into primary schools. And little dance, music, motivation, gifts, prizes, and then we feed the entire school.
Martin says it was a surreal experience being amongst the legends that have made outstanding contributions. Martin describes the moment when his name was called.
Honestly, wasn't a good experience. Like you're sitting there, you're nervous, and when I heard my name called, my stomach fell inside itself. Like it was surreal. It was like, I was standing shoulder to shoulder with all of these legends, like Teresa Moxie Ingram and Miss Arlene Nash Ferguson, and it was like, wow.
Martin says he is blessed because he never has major issues with his students. He says he found out that it was actually his former students who nominated him for the prestigious award.
I know my students love me. I know they respect me. I know that the gifts that he would have given me in the classroom, it's not normal. It's an extra special gift. So like I would have said on the stage, I thank my students for making me feel like a celebrity, a superstar, a king every time I walk on the campus.
He adds that oftentimes people get discouraged when handling so many projects, but Martin attributes his inspiration to a higher power.
It's not on the people that I'm helping. It's not on my students. I mean, it might sound weird me saying that, but my focus is not people. I took a line from Mother Teresa's poem. It's called In the Final Analysis. And it says, in the final analysis, we have to realize that my work wasn't between me and people. It was between me and God. So my focus is the service that I do. It's a conversation between me and God.
Martin says not only does he plan to continue with his projects throughout the community, but to supersede those efforts. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Good for him. Stay with us. Ricardo Liburn has a check on sports when we come back.
Welcome to sports, everybody. I'm Ricardo Lightburn here at Taino Beach, the venue for the Grand Bahama Regatta, which will entail some 2 days of fantastic sailing. Earlier today, the junior sailors of the Grand Bahama Sailing Club and those campers were in the waters as they had a wonderful time. I think these kids had more fun than the adults did in terms of sailing. They will be on the waters early tomorrow, about 11 o'clock in the morning and all throughout the day, and you can come out and watch them sail the lasers and the smaller boats. Well, as far as the Class C sloops, they are here and the trash talking has begun.
Dream Girl come to take the championship. I'm going to knock out H2 on one blow. One blow, H2 was a defending champion. Dream Girl come back with all the might. They have a boat around here called Sinsali. I could tow a boat and beat Sinsali because Dream Girl don't play. Dream Girl do not play with boys. Dream Girl play with real men.
We come to represent the Great King. This is the first time we sail in Freeport from since King Pass. But Dream Girl, she can keep on dreaming. We got her dreaming because she can't come close in Sally, man. We don't like to sail with slow boats. I sail with Revelation, Sweet Island Gal. They're the boats I come to deal with, not Dream Girl.
It's first time sailing the Revelation in Grand Bahama. We should have a lot of fun. There's quite a few good boats out there, and the guys are pretty motivated. Should do well.
The junior girls are getting ready to head down to the Cayman Islands. Junior soccer girls, that is. We've got 8 girls on the junior national team. Their names? Let's find out. The Grand Bahama Girls All-Star team took their talent to Florida a few weeks ago, and the players simply outstanding. The exposure for the girls was incredible and prepared them for a special assignment. That assignment is selection to the Bahamas Under-15 Girls National Team that will travel to the Cayman Islands August 6th to the 17th. Nina Sanchez will play for the Bahamas, and it's a very special honor. Gabrielle also worked very hard and earned a spot on the Bahamas national team. Marissa Vetti will travel to the Cayman Islands, and she is pretty confident. Also playing in Group A will be Curacao, British Virgin Islands, and the Cayman Islands, and Jalea is ready. Abigail Sims is 13 years old and loves soccer and also playing with her sisters. Mikkel Yallop will put her best foot forward and make the Bahamas proud in Cayman. Megan Smith also will work very hard in the Girls Development Soccer League. The reward? Hannah Jo Sims will get opportunity to play for the CONCACAF Girls title in a few weeks. Congratulations to the Grand Bahama National Team players and coaches Donnie and Mary Knowles, Rohan Parks, for getting them ready for a great event. The Grand Bahama Flag Football League playoffs is underway. Let's go to the trenches at the Plex. The Westminster Runners and the police enforcers on the Greater Iron in playoff action at the Plex, and the Runners having all kinds of problems holding on to the pigskin. Police enforcers on offense and a little bit of rust here and looking to take the advantage. Second down, police with the game plan. The quarterback will roll out of the pocket looking for a receiver downfield or in the flat. He finds Ernie Barr. Missed tackles by the Runners, and Barr is off to the races. This is a touchdown. The police now in control of the ball game. Westminster was ticked off and on defensive lap took the action to the police. The quarterback keeper running left, and a result, a first down. With sights now on the end zone, the Runners quarterback is flushed from the pocket. He's running, but guess what? It's a busted play. Westminster went back to the air game and using the play action. This time the quarterback and the receiver on the same page. Police enforcers leading this one 25-6, then turned up the heat on defense and gave the Westminster Runners fits for the remainder of the game. The police enforcers eliminated the Runners and will now face the Bahama Rock Excavators in the quarterfinals. Bahama Rock bagged the Shipyard 26-12, also advancing Freecon, Zorbas, the Stackers, and the Eagles. Now, the Caribbean Little League qualifying tournament will actually get started tomorrow out there at the Emera Caribbean Baseball Park. Now, they've got a reception tonight at Castaways for the young ball players, as well as coaches and those that are coming in from the some 8 countries that's going to be playing baseball. The opening ceremony set for 1:30 tomorrow at the Emera Baseball Stadium. But here at Taino Beach, the sailing will start early, 11 o'clock in the morning, the junior sailors. Then they go into the Class C, Series Race 2, and then later on in the afternoon, it'll be Series Race 3, with the closing ceremony set for 8 o'clock right up here at Taino Beach. It's a great weekend for sports. Get a few bucks, come out and support the kids, and you will be quite satisfied. That's sports. You guys have a good one.